What are the rules for completing a bird checklist? If you're an avid bird watcher and wonder what it takes to complete a bird checklist, you're in the right place. Let's break down the rules to help you make the most out of your birding adventures. First, it's essential to understand that the birds you list must be alive, wild, and unrestrained. This means you can't include birds in zoos, pets, or those that are caged or tied up. When it comes to identifying birds, you need to see or hear enough diagnostic characteristics to confidently identify the species. This could be based on physical characteristics, calls, habitat, or feeding methods. For example, if you hear a bird's song but can't see it, you can still include it in your list if you're sure of the species. The location and time of your observation are also crucial. The bird must be within the prescribed area when you observe it, even if you're not. For instance, if you're on the U.S. side of the Rio Grande and see a bird on the Mexican side, you can count it on your Mexican list but not on your ABA area list. Your checklist should conform to the Birding Ethics Code. This means you can't include birds that were flushed or observed under circumstances that violate local laws or harm the birds and their habitats. For eBird checklists, which are widely used, each list must correspond to a single calendar date and a single map location. This ensures that the data is precise and useful for scientists. If you're birding in different areas, you should start a new list for each location. When submitting a checklist, it's important to make birding your primary purpose. This means you're actively trying to find and record all the birds around you to the best of your ability. You don't have to be an expert, but you need to put in the effort to see and hear as many birds as possible. A complete checklist includes every species you were able to identify by sight or sound. It's okay if you can't identify every bird, but you should include all the ones you did identify. For example, if you hear a hawk but can't tell which species, you can use hawk's P to indicate that. Do not omit any wild bird species from your list intentionally. This includes common birds like rock pigeons or European starlings. If you see them, they should be on your list. However, you can exclude captive birds such as those in zoos or domesticated species. Finally, the accuracy of your location is vital. Choose a location that accurately represents where you were birding and make sure it's in the habitat that best represents the area you were in. This helps scientists understand where and in what habitats the birds can be found. By following these rules, you'll not only ensure your checklist is accurate and complete, but also contribute valuable data to birding communities and conservation efforts. Happy birding!